So much to talk about. It's been so long since I've updated this. And for those of you who watch me religiously every time I did this, I apologize. I really have no excuse other than things got really crazy last year. I don't even remember when my last post was, but I will give you a quick synopsis of the rest of 2011. Um, on May 22nd, the love of my life, Kathy, suffered a grand mal seizure right in front of me. Um, I was able to catch her in time before she fell down and hit her head or anything. Um, my 6 year old at the time was asleep, thank God. But my 9 year old Dylan was right there with me, um, completely panicking. So it's taken me well, a lot of months to be able to talk about this without just blubbering like an idiot and crying my eyes out. Um, my worst fear in the world is that something is going to happen to my family. It always has been. It's one of those I guess to use the word again, all encompassing fears. Um, it's one of those things I can't get out of my head. Every time my family leaves the house, I pray to God for their safe return. Um, that's just the way I am. I've experienced enough loss and death in my life that I want to guard them from it. I want to save them from it, even though I know I can't. So every day, numerous times a day, um, I pray for my family's safety and my family's health. So, anyways, she was not able to work for 3 whole months. Wasn't able to drive for 3 whole months. And as you know, um, I am unemployed, and this put a real strain on finances. But we're muddling through. We're hoping that going through a less than desirable process, that our mortgage bank will decide to modify our loan and give us a lower interest rate and a lower payment and help us to stay in the house that you see behind me, um, which we've lived in for almost 10 years. So, I have literally been eating myself up with stress over that for probably the better part of 7 months now, because they just keep putting us off and putting us off, and it's just ridiculous. It's the bureaucracy and the red tape um, that comes through Wells Fargo is it's disheartening. Um, they have no idea what real people go through, and the torment really that happens when you're waiting to find out about your house and what could happen and what could go on. But so that's my um, I don't make resolutions, but that's my big hope is that in the year 2012 we can get all of this resolved and get back to a normal life. That I can find a steady job that utilizes my talents and my college degrees, and I can be a productive member of my family again. Um, since my kids are now in school and uh, all that good stuff. So, had a fairly good summer. It was capped off by a wonderful trip to Vero Beach, Florida. My in-laws were kind enough to help us out financially to get down there. Thank you guys. They have a timeshare down in Vero Beach. They live in West Palm, but they have a timeshare in Vero Beach, and we had kind of a pseudo family reunion at the beginning week of June, and it was probably one of the better weeks I've had in years. You know, every day going to the pool and going to the beach. And I get a lot of peace out of going to the beach because it's where uh, the beach was one of my dad's favorite places to go when he was alive. He was born in, I think it was Palm Springs, California. So he wasn't a surf bum, but he was definitely a beach bum his entire life. So going to a beach really makes me think about my dad, and sure makes me miss him, but it's a real close feeling for me. Um, it was Connor's first plane ride at 6 years old, and he just about peed his pants. He loved it so much. And of course, everybody wants to go again. Um, went to Disney World in Orlando because we flew into Orlando and then drove to Vero Beach on the coast. But gone for about a week, week and a half. We decided to stay an extra 3 days. Just not that we could afford it, but we figured, well, we're already down here. We might as well try to stay and make the best of it. So Andrew was here watching the house and watching the dog, which is another story. Um, yeah, I won't get into the parties that happened while we were gone because it just makes me mad. But 20-year-olds will be 20-year-olds, I suppose. At least he didn't burn the house down while we were gone, right? So, um, let's see. We had a great holiday season. Everything from Halloween to spending the night down at my mom's for Thanksgiving. She lives in Castle Rock and we're in Denver, so it's a good 40 to 45 miles one way. And we figured after we ate all that turkey and had some wine and stuff that we just didn't want to drive back. So they were nice enough to let us um, spend the night down there. Then we did the same thing on Christmas Eve. We went down there Christmas Eve and helped wrap and make food and all that good stuff. And ended up spending the night on Christmas Eve so we could wake up and the boys would have all of their loot on Christmas morning. So that was neat. It's so much fun. It gives us such joy to watch them open up their presents. Uh, I now get it. You know, when my mom and dad used to do the same thing for us, I get it because it's a wonderful thing. Um, kind of a sparse Christmas as far as Kathy and I were concerned, but you know, we don't need gifts to show that we love each other, and our children are so grateful for what they get, and it's a real blessing that they are. So, oh, another piece of big news is since the 23rd of October, Kathy was working night shift, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., just to cover one of her friends who was on maternity leave, and to try to make us a little bit more money in the process. Um, it wasn't. Now this is just for me. It wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be. I typically miss Kathy like you wouldn't believe when she's gone um, during the day. 7 in the morning to 7 at night sure seems like a lot longer than the other way around, because when she was working nights, I was asleep half the time. But being awake and missing her, this is her third day back on days. She no longer has to work nights, which is nice. But it was hard. I mean, we made some fairly decent money, I guess, and she did the whole thing without complaining as usual. She never complained. She never whined about anything. She's my hero. Point blank, she's my hero. Um, but those days are over. She did her last night shift on Saturday or Sunday, so no more having to sleep the entire day. She's back to a rather early schedule. It has to be up at 5:30 every morning, but I try to help her out with that and wake up and get her coffee and whatnot. And when the boys go to school, they have to be there. They have to be awake rather at 6 o'clock in the morning, anyways. So it's kind of like the whole family's up, anyways. So I hope that helps her out. But she seems to be happy being back with her friends on day crew on the day shift. Pulled 10 weeks of that foolishness, and it was hard. It was hard. I don't like sleeping alone. I didn't get married to sleep alone. I like to have my beautiful wife next to me, even if she snores. So, um, anyways, I think that's a long enough entry for now. That's kind of been my last 6 to 8 months in a nutshell. Um, for all you prayers out there, please send up a prayer about um, our house and being able to keep the house that we've called home for 10 years. I don't want to move, and I know nobody else does either. It would be an absolute nightmare, but we need we need some intercession. We need some prayers, and yeah. So if you could do that for us, I would greatly appreciate it. Um, Other than that, I'm gonna try to get this thing going again. I'm not gonna make it a resolution because I never follow through with my resolutions, but I'm gonna try to keep this thing going again and let everybody know what's going on with my life. It seems to be a little bit easier and less time consuming than blogging, which I know makes me seem like a really lazy person, but I don't know. I like to see the faces of my friends who do this too, so it's kind of nice. So I hope you guys feel the same way, and I hope you have, um, well, hope you had a great Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's, and I hope that 2012 is a much safer year and a much better year for all of my friends and family, both on Facebook and in real life, and everything else. So yeah, I think that's it. Happy New Year, guys. Love you, and feel free to comment. And hopefully, I'll get back into the saddle and start doing this more often. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.